Sunday. And then my makeup look for Sunday was really easy and simple because I wanted to spend as much time with my friends before we left that afternoon. We didn't leave until 4 o'clock, but we made absolute perfect timing to get back to the island. We got back to the island at 7:30, so it only took us 3.5 hours. We also drove the entire time, and I did not have to go to the bathroom until like probably the last hour. Like probably like a little bit closer to the Bronx is when I really needed to pee. But he did want to stop like around like we usually would stop around like the last hour, like an hour left before we got, back and forth. Like going up there, we stopped like an hour before and we like walked around a little bit at the rest stop that we were at. Obviously went to the bathroom and then we both got like snacks because we were a little hungry and that was it. But the rest stops on the way back were just very dismal. I think we only passed a total of like not even 3 rest stops going back. I was like, why is there like no rest stops on the way back? But whatever. We still avoided tolls the entire time, and that's the only thing that matters. So on Sunday, I just feel like I've been talking too long already. I'm like getting tired of talking. I'm so tired. I just want to read my book now. But anyway, on Sunday, since we weren't able to do like that many things that we wanted to do, especially outside, because Friday night was so windy and freezing and raining, so we could not do anything outside Friday. And then Saturday, it was just too fucking cold because we wanted to do a bonfire Saturday night, but it dropped below freezing Saturday. It went from 35 to 29. So, like, if it was like 40 degrees at night, that would have been different, but it went to 29 degrees. And even Chris was like, that's way too cold. Like, we're going to get frostbitten if we decide to go outside. So we were like, hell no, it's too cold. But they also had a hot tub. And we were like, we didn't get to use the hot tub the entire time. So me and Karen were like, oh my God, we didn't do a bonfire Sunday. She's like, well, we could do one Sunday after breakfast. And I'm like, I don't know if we're going to have enough time for that. But then she was like, you know what? Let's go in the hot tub after we have brunch. And I was like, perfection. I was like, yes. I was like, we wanted to use the hot tub at least once when we were there. So we had brunch on Sunday morning and Lisa made apple pancakes. Oh, they were so freaking good because she used the fresh apples. Oh, they're delicious. And also, Sharon made gluten-free pumpkin pancakes, and those were really good too. And then after brunch, I just threw on a quick face. I was like, I'm not wearing eyeshadow. I just did my no makeup look. And then just got changed for the hot tub. And then we were in the hot tub for like probably like a good 45 minutes to almost an hour. So like we went into the hot tub, I think a little bit before 1:30 and we were done by like 2:10 because like you can't be on the hot tub for too long, but we were in there a good for like 40 minutes. And then we just chilled on the porch and there's also a fire pit on, I don't even know what they're called. Like it's one of those like steel burners that you can light a fire. And we just sat on the porch and warmed up. And I'm like, Karen, this was such a great idea. But also Sunday, it was 50 degrees during the day. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be 50 degrees on Sunday. I was like, we have to use the hot tub. And we were so happy it warmed up a little bit so we could use the hot tub. So, and then we were just warming up. And then me and Chris wanted to have lunch before we left. I was just going to pack our lunch meat and we were going to have sandwiches in the car. Like make us sandwiches for the road. But then Chris is like, I don't know about you, but I'm going to eat before we leave because there was so much good food there and Jackie made baked ziti. So we just had that for lunch and it was so freaking good. And Lisa also had brought homemade chili. And I really wanted the chili for lunch, but also I knew I would have to like go to the bathroom, but also like the chili was just too spicy for me. So, but also we didn't get to play darts downstairs. We didn't even use the game room downstairs. And we also said we wanted to play poker together. We didn't end up doing that either. So that kind of sucked, and the place had a full poker set. So I was like really annoyed that we weren't able to play poker. I mean, like for me, I don't really care. I played poker growing up, so I don't really give a shit, but I thought it would have been fun with everyone. And also we just didn't play darts, even though that would have taken like 2 seconds. I'm done talking about this book. I don't know why I'm still holding it. So yeah, for my makeup. And then after the hot tub and everything and we ate, we were just like loading the car and that was it. And then we went home. So, but it was so great that we were able to use the hot tub Sunday afternoon. I was like, I would have been so bummed if that was like the one thing we really didn't get to. So, anyway, what was it? So for my face, I just did, I just primed with the Tarte 28 spray and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer, and then I just used my Kulfi concealer again, just all over my face. I didn't feel like using the tinted moisturizer. And then same liner and mascara, because those are the only two I brought with me. So the Makeup by Mari liner in the shade Brown and the ColourPop lengthening mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. And then I just went into the ColourPop Alviva Beach Bronzer again. I was about to say Breach Bronzer. And then for my blush, why am I like having so much trouble? Trouble bubble. Idiot. I went into the Makeup by Mario cream bronzer again in the shade Barely Blushing. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I like don't want to talk anymore. And then for my highlight, I went into the shade Exhilarate again. Wait, no, not this one. I went into the Enlightened shade, I think. Again, I think that's what I used. Why is my nose so nasally? Like, I cannot get over it. And then I just set my face with my Tarte 28 spray again. And then for my lips, I just went into my Tarte 28 lip tint. Because I just brought the 2 Summer Fridays lippies with me. I didn't even end up... Actually, I think I used this when I was getting ready. I think I just used it then. But I didn't use it as like a lip product. It's just a clear one. So I just went into the Tarte 28 lip crayon in the shade Wait, no, that's not it. God, Jesus fucking Christ. Is it in here too? Shake, 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 shake it. Where the hell is it? Where did I put it? I used my other Tarte 28 lip crayon. It's called the shade Mix. I just don't know where it is at the current moment. It's probably in my purse, but whatever. And that's everything. That's all I did. And then Sunday night when I got home, I did finish the book that I was reading on my Kindle. Let me just show you guys which one it was. So I did... Oh, wait. I already said I was reading this on my Kindle. So I finished Six Scorched Roses last night because this is only like an 185-page novella. I only ended up reading like 15 pages in the car going back because we were like talking a lot and we were just vibing with the music. And this was... It was okay. I think because I was kind of zoning out a little bit when I was reading this, I didn't really get like the full effect, but I gave it like, again, I think this is another 3.5 for me. It was like, it was good, but I actually felt like it was a little bit too repetitive of the Serpents of the Wings of Night and the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, but I did like the story of the Six Scorched Roses. So basically this one is about the main character, Lilith, and the vampire Vale, because Lilith is a human, and basically she uses these 6 scorched roses to, says, Lilith strikes a bargain with the only thing that the gods hate even more than her village, a vampire Vale. She offers him 6 scorched roses in exchange for 6 vials of vampire blood. the one hope for her town's salvation. So that's basically what it was about. It was good. I liked it. It was a good, quick read for that weekend. I felt like that was the only other book that I was going to finish. I didn't finish any books in the Catskills, which is totally fine. Like I said, I was only going to get halfway through that one and finish the other one last night. So I still finished 2 books in 4 days. So I'm still keeping up my reading rate. I did want to read more of that last night, but I was just passing out. As soon as I hit the bed, I was passing out. I didn't read a stitch of anything after I hit the bed. I read 6 Scorched Roses in the bathroom, and I read like the last 50 pages of what I needed to finish with that one. It was like 48 pages, so that's all I read yesterday was like 60 pages just to finish that book, because I knew I wasn't going to read 100 pages the last couple of days, because obviously I was in the Catskills. Like, I wanted to have a good time with my friends. So I'm going to go. I am done. Goodbye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. So I didn't even wear makeup yesterday, but I did finish a book yesterday. So let me just tell you guys what book I finished, because I actually finished that before I did my makeup today. So I finished it around like 4:45 yesterday. So I did finish The Storied Life of A.J. Fickery yesterday by Gabrielle Zevin. And I liked it. I thought it was good. I haven't really been having the best reading experiences the last week or so. Like the last 3 books that I read, wasn't really obsessed with. But I did like this one, but it wasn't anything where I was like, oh my God, this like is the best book ever in my life. But I don't regret reading it. I liked how short it was, so I gave it a 3.75 because I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything that I was like obsessed with. But I still thought it was a good book. So anyway, let me just tell you guys, hold on. I need to grab my actual eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I didn't realize it was behind the computer. So I went in with my ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then I used the Clarins Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the Rare Beauty Powder. And then for my eyeshadow, I went into the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette. I just felt like using it today. I just went in with 3 shades from this palette because I wanted to do a pretty easy look. So I just went into Untouched in the crease, and then I went in with Nearly Natural all over the lid. And then I went into Naked Eye on the inner corners. And then I just went into Brighter Days from Blend Money on the brow bone. And that's everything I used from the palette. Very short and sweet and simple look. And then for my waterline, I just went into the LA Girl liner in the shade White. I haven't used that in a hot second, so I wanted to use it today. And then I went into the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I went into the YSL Lash Clash Mascara in the shade Black because I hadn't used it yet and I wanted to use it today because I literally just filmed my Sephora VIB sale haul. So stay tuned for that. That should be up by like tomorrow, like way before this video is even up. And then I just went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. God, I am so out of breath. And then I primed my face with the Tower 28 spray and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. And then I used my Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Tinted Sunscreen in the shade 05 Fairfax. And then I went into a new concealer today because I finally decided to try the Lawless concealer that I picked up from the sale. So this is the Conceal the Deal Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Cloud. I don't know why I cannot read that shade name on the bottom when it's on the box. But, like, it's just so microscopic on the bottom. Like, I don't know. I don't know how they expect anybody to read this. I don't think it's even on the bottom anyway. What I like about Makeup by Mario's packaging is that they do list the shade name on the side of the tube. But this one doesn't list anything. But anyway, this is actually really, really nice. I wouldn't say that this is full coverage. I would say it's like medium to full. But I did put on a decent amount. And I don't think it's super full coverage. But I think that this is really nice. And I think this is going to be one of my new favorite everyday concealers. Because so far, I really, really like it for that. And then I just set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Rare Beauty powder. And then for my bronzer, I decided to be a bougie bitch and went into the Giorgio Armani bronzer that I picked up again, because I wanted to use it when I talked about it in the haul. So this is the shade 90, and it's just such a beautiful bronzer. I love it so much on the skin. I really do like it a lot. And then I went into one of my MAC blushes. I just decided to use the MAC blush in the shade Well Dressed, which is kind of like a lighter, like lavendery pink. So it's just one of my single blushes. I don't even feel like showing you guys again because the other one's just going to keep on sliding down. And then for my highlight, I went into the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Mesmerize, because I've just been on a Rare Beauty highlighting kick. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Recently, if I could speak. And then I set my face with the, is that it? With the Tower 28 spray, and then I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. And then for my lips, I went into the Kulfi lipstick again in the shade Bangle Box. I love this shade so much. It's so beautiful, which I also got from the sale like a week ago. Then I also just threw on the lip oil that I bought, that I literally got today. I wanted to see how it looked in my video, and I feel like this is such a wonderful lip combo. So I went in, so I also got the Glossy Bounce Hydrating Lip Oil by Say, and I got another one of the shades in the shade Dip, and I put it over top, and it just is such a beautiful lip combo that I think I'm going to be living in it. Oh, it's so pretty. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And as far as the reading update goes, I did tell you guys that I was going to start Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club. I started it yesterday. I got up to page like 55. But today I actually got halfway through. But I actually ended up listening to this quite a lot today. I think I only read 40 pages physically. I don't know. I was kind of feeling a little reading slumpy last night. I was like, I am not registering literally anything that is going on, but also it might be just because I was super sleepy, because, you know, I really don't sleep, you guys. Like, it's just such a struggle. So I actually ended up listening to the audiobook a lot today because I finally got my Spotify listening hours back. So I listened to it while I was getting ready today and also in the car. And I'm really enjoying this so far. So that's why I got up to page 170. And that is literally exactly, well, actually 169, but it's literally like exactly halfway through because this book is like 343 pages. So I think that's pretty good, but honestly, I feel like more so listening to the audiobook than reading it, because I don't know, like nothing was registering that well when I was reading it yesterday, but when I was reading it today, I read like 45 pages earlier. From like 55 to page like 100, because I at least wanted to hit page 100. And I did understand what was going on. And now shit's going down. Like somebody else got killed. And now I'm like really excited to see what happens. But this is so good so far. But I did not realize that this is part of a murder mystery series. But I just really wanted this to be my first Richard Osman book, because I constantly see people rave about this one. I mean, it is a New York Times bestseller, but I also just really wanted to get into other male authors. So, and I really like this so far. I don't know how much I'm going to continue the series, but there's also The Man Who Died Twice, The Bullet That Missed, and I'm not sure what the fourth one is called, but it's not like I have to read those like one right after the other. Like I can read those when I'm in the mood for them. I haven't even picked up the other ones yet. But I also picked up one of my most anticipated reads of the entire year as well. And it came out today, and I picked up Sky Shade by Alex Astor. So freaking excited to read this, you guys. You have no idea. I'm one of the people that absolutely loved Light Lark and Nightbane. I don't know why it gets so much hate. I think that they are better written than Powerless and Reckless. Like, if you are a Powerless fan, you need to read this series, because it is like so similar, but this is the final book in the trilogy. So I'm actually going to be completing a trilogy once I read this. I was going to try and read a couple more books on my TBR this week, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait to read this. After I read like a couple more books on my TBR, I think I might have to go right into it as soon as I finish Thursday Murder Club. I was trying to re-listen to Light Lark and Nightbane, and I'm actually halfway through listening to Light Lark again because I really wanted to refresh my memory because, not gonna lie, when I first started reading them back in April, I kept on falling asleep. And I was just like, my sleeping problems not letting me like understand what was going on. But I remember absolutely loving them. So I am so excited to see how this concludes. I think it might be a little bit shorter than Nightbane. I mean, I think it's a little bit under 400 pages. I think Nightbane might be like 400 something pages. But people do say it does like make them nervous for books to be like, especially fantasy books, to be a little bit shorter as the series goes on. But I don't know. I have a really good feeling about this. I really did like Nightbane way more than Reckless. So I think I'm going to love this. And I really just need a most anticipated release for me this year to really be successful, because after The Housemaid is Watching and Reckless and Throne of Secrets were all kind of letdowns for me, and they were all like some of my most anticipated reads of the year. I'm really hoping this one will be a hit, but I do think that the series has been very consistent throughout, so I think that this is going to be good. I'm just praying that I really do enjoy it. So yeah, I'm really excited to finish a trilogy, and I can cross another series off my list this year. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys. So I just want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I went to see my boyfriend earlier, so I did actually see somebody today. I needed just like 1 or 2 days to like take care of myself and everything and read and stuff. I did finish another book today, so that's good. Because I got home at like 4:30, so I just finished the book that I was reading. I'll tell you guys in a minute how much I enjoyed it, because I really, really loved it. So I didn't use any primer because I didn't really have time. I did go in with a couple of things from the VIP sale, though. I just went into the Lawless concealer all over my face because I wanted to use a tinted moisturizer today, but I just did not have enough time. I had to do like my makeup in like 20 minutes. Like every time that he wants me to come over at like 1 o'clock, I have to do my makeup like so quickly, and I don't end up doing my makeup until like 12:45. So I did my makeup in like 20 minutes. And somehow I did eyeshadow and everything, but I just threw on the concealer, and I love this concealer, you guys. This concealer is so good. Like I said, this might be one of my new top favorite concealers. So I just went into the Lawless Conceal the Deal concealer in the shade, and I've been doing a lot lighter makeup lately, like I'm still going to do quite a bit of makeup tomorrow, but I've just been liking like a lot lighter makeup looks lately. But I am working tomorrow and Friday. He wants to go out to lunch. I don't know what we're doing, but maybe we'll go to the mall or something. That would be fun. So yeah, love this concealer. It's in the shade Cloud. So good. And then I just set my face with the House Labs powder, and then I set the rest of my face with the Rare Beauty powder because I love those two products. I gotta put this stuff away. I haven't put it away yet. And then I just went in with mascara. I didn't even have time for liner, and also I just didn't feel like digging for liner. So I just went in with 2 single shadows. Honestly, the single shadows have been so convenient when I've been doing my makeup more in a hurry lately. And I used 2 shades from MAC, but I don't think I even remember the name of these shades. I really don't remember the names. It was like the shade that Jaclyn Hill would use all the time. And she would always use it in her crease. Like, I'm not a Jaclyn Hill fan anymore. And I can remember the name of the Makeup Geek shade that duped this one from MAC, but I can't remember the name of the MAC shade. I think it was called like Undone, or I don't remember. Jacqueline. I mean, again, I don't watch her anymore, but MAC eyeshadow. I know she said it like a long time ago. Hold on one second. There's another Bridget Jones coming out? What? What? Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Let me find out the name. I found the name, and it's called Brown Script. So I used this in the crease. And then I actually remembered the name of the shimmer shade that I used, which was called Copper Ring, which is right next to it. So I literally just went into these two shades. So good. MAC shadows are still so good. And I'm actually, like I said, have been really enjoying using my single shadows again. For someone that was such an eyeshadow palette girl, I feel like with, like I said, using my single shadows once a week now is really making me happy. And also, like, I just feel like they're so easy to create a full look, because I have like every single neutral shade I would want in this one palette, that I don't even need to grab like a palette, because I have so many deep darkening shades that I can use. So I really have been enjoying using them. And then for my inner corners, I went into a ColourPop single shadow called Let Me Explain. This is one of my all-time favorites from ColourPop. Like I said, like, ColourPop really made their quality like very much like Makeup Geek, where these two shades are extremely creamy. They almost perform like cream eyeshadows, and they're extremely pigmented. Like, this is Shimma Shimma from Makeup Geek, and this is Let Me Explain from ColourPop. Like, look at that pigmentation. Isn't that friggin' insane? ColourPop single shadows used to be so good, you guys. Like, when ColourPop first came out with eyeshadow, their eyeshadows were fantastic, and now they've just, like, I don't know, they've just went down in quality. But meanwhile, I only brought the 1111 palette and the Golden Sun palette with me, I think, on my trip. Love both of those palettes. The Golden Sun palette is still my most used palette this year, but I love this palette. It's just so good. And then I just went into Makeup Geek's Rapunzel on the top on my brow bone, because I really didn't have any more time to like go into anything else. And then I just went into the MAC the ColourPop lengthening mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And then for my bronzer, I went into the Giorgio Armani bronzer again, because I'm a bougie bitch. But this is just so good for like when you're in a rush. Like, it is, like I said, so smooth, so easy, and so blendable. And I think this is going to just be my new everyday bronzer now. Oh my god, let me like... that was really spastic. Like, what is wrong with me right now? But every time I open it, it's a pain in the ass. But I friggin' love this bronzer. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so good. And then for my blush, I went into the new Say blush that I got from the sale. Oh my god, this is like a terracotta cream color. It's so friggin' pretty, and it looked so good on my cheeks. So this is the Dew blush in the shade Cutie. This was really nice. Very pigmented, actually. I still prefer the ColourPop liquid blushes. I think that those are bomb, and it blends out beautifully, but this one is really good too. So I'm glad I got to use it at least today. It went really well with the sweater I was wearing, so I was like, why not? And then for my highlight, I went into the Milk Makeup highlighter in the shade Lit, in the shade Ice, because I didn't have time to really figure out what highlighter I wanted to use, so I just grabbed one that I know that I love, so I just went in with that. Very, like, grab-and-go looks lately, so I just need a friggin' highlighting palette at some point, or something. Where the hell is my lipstick? Oh, it's right here. And then I set my face with the Tower 28 spray, and then I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. And then for my lips, I went into the new Kulfi lipstick that I got. So friggin' good, you guys. So this one's the shade... What the hell is this called again? Why don't they have the shade name on the bottom of the tube? Like, what? It's called Catty Kiss. That's really annoying. So this is what it looks like. Super pretty. Probably going to declutter half of my lipsticks because these are amazing. But I really need to do a huge makeup purge. I just haven't gotten around to it because I'm just reading 99% of the time. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And as far as a reading update goes, like I said, I did finish The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Easy 5 stars. 5 stars, you guys. Wow. That was such a good read. This easily was my favorite book this month. And I can't believe it took this long for me to find a 5-star. Like, I haven't found a 5-star since I read Night Road by Kristen Hanna. And I was thinking about, like, maybe it's like a 4.5, a 4.75. And I'm like, I really cannot find any flaws with this book. I'm like, it was just so compelling. The writing was so good. The characters were so interesting. And I loved it. I don't really read that much murder mystery or like cozy murder mystery. But now I want to read this entire series. And I think that this is a series that like I don't have to read like, you know, all 4 books in a row because it's like it's something that I don't have to binge. It's not like they're not like cliffhanger books. Like it does come to like a solving the case or the murder like by the end of the book, so it's not like I was left on a cliffhanger and I was like, what the fuck happened, so I have to go in the next one because I'm like, crap, then I would have to binge the whole series. God, this is so bright. Okay, that's better. But it was just so good and the audiobook was great. But like, I don't know if I said this, but I didn't know it was part of a series. And I was like, damn it, it's literally the first book in a series. And what's funny is that I wanted to read this book first over his new release, which is We Solve Murders, but I think We Solve Murders is like a standalone, but the audiobook is free on Spotify. I might just listen to that as my second book on Spotify to read because I do really want to read more of his writing. I think he's my new favorite male author at the moment because, like I said, I don't really read that many male authors. I just gravitate more towards female authors, but I have a couple on my shelf. Like I have Evan Winter, I have John Gwynne, I have TJ Klune, and I just read Richard Osman, so they're the ones that I'm gonna be sticking with. But I've just heard such great things about Richard Osman, so I loved it. I thought it was so good. It's just such a good whodunit story, and it was just great. It flowed just so well. There was no lulls in it, and just the characters' stories were just, it wasn't just like one person that committed a murder. It was like this person who committed this murder and then this person committed this murder. And they were all interconnected because this person killed this person for this person. And that's what made it so good. I was like, oh, it's just like going to be like one murder. No, there was 3 different murders for 3 different reasons from 3 different people that were all connected. And it was just so good. Like I've never really read a murder mystery like that or like a thriller like that in general. Loved it. Just loved it. It was great. So now we're going to jump into my new release, which is Sky Shade by Alex Astor. I haven't started it yet because I just finished Thursday Murder Club like 3 hours ago. Because like I said, I did get home pretty early. I got home at 4:30 and then I sat down to read at like 5:30 and I finished it in like an hour because actually like 2 hours because I kept on falling asleep. I was listening to a lot of the audiobook before I sat down because I'm like, I feel like I'm just going to start passing out. And I started passing out in the first like 20 minutes reading the physical book. So I had to switch to listening to it on my bed for like a couple of chapters, and then I was able to finish it physically like the last like 25 pages. So I probably listened to half of it and I read half of it. So, but I didn't know if I told you guys, but I was just feeling really reading slumpy especially yesterday after I finished. No, not yesterday. Well, kind of yesterday, but also the day before, because I don't know, I was just like not really into reading like the past couple days. Also because of the election, like everybody's in a funk right now who actually wanted, democracy to win, It's just like such a weird like limbo feeling right now that you don't really know how to feel. Um but after I finished the story life of AJ Fikry, I just didn't feel like reading at all. And then yesterday, like, I'm glad I actually probably read the least amount physically yesterday than I have in a long time. Because I read up to page 100 still yesterday. So I read like 50 pages. And then, I listened to a lot of it. I listened to like probably 70 or 80 pages going back and forth in the car running errands yesterday. And then I only read another like 35 pages of it. So I probably read like 85 pages. So that's still a lot of it. And then I did start Metal Slinger actually because I really wanted to start that on my Kindle. So I took a bath last night, so I just wanted to start that on my Kindle because I don't usually bring physical books in the bath with me. I always bring my Kindle because it's just easier to read my Kindle in the bathtub, so I don't have to worry about dropping a physical book. And I started that, and I like it so far. I only got 35 pages in, but I am going to read that next week. I just wanted to start it because that's going to be the next romantasy read I read besides Songbird and the Heart of Stone. So I wanted to get a bit of a head start on it. So anyway, we're going to read Skyshade now. I was a little bit torn as to which book I wanted to read next. But I'm still sticking to my TBR this whole month. Every book that I've read this month has been on my TBR. I'm not drifting from my TBR at all. But like, I felt like maybe I should just read a book that like I've been really wanting to read, like Metal Slinger, so I could get out of my reading slump a little bit. But then Thursday Murder Club was the best book I read this month because I think I was feeling a little reading slumpy because I really was not thrilled with the past couple of books that I read. Like What You Wish For by Catherine Center, The Storied Life of AJ Fikry. I just didn't think they were that good. And then Storied Life of AJ Fikry I liked more than What You Wish For. And Six Scorched Roses was good, but like this book was just, I loved it. It was perfect. So now I'm excited to read again, and I'm like, why not read my new release? And also I asked my boyfriend, which one should I read next? I said, should I just let the wheel choose? Because I was just going to continue with the rest of I was actually going to finish the rest of my October TBR of the books that I wanted to get to with my prompts last month that I wasn't able to read. I wanted to finish those books this month. I finished most of them. I read, like I said, The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie, What You Wish For, and The Story Life of AJ Fikry. Now I just have Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune and The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. So I'm going to read those two right after I finish this one. And then I'll be ready for The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. And this is my 8th book already this month. I am actually a little ahead in my reading schedule because I did finish Pumpkin Spice Poltergeist the 1st of November. And then I read 6 more books, and now I'm on my 7th full book. But I'm so friggin' excited for this. And I was like, which one should I read? And he was like, just read the new release. Because it's like, it's so true. Because I was just going to be thinking about reading this the entire time that I was reading the other 2 books. Like, I just wanted to finish the Thursday Murder Club and then just go right into this. But I had to finish that first, and I'm so glad that I did, rather than just jumping into a new book. I don't know. I didn't feel like getting into a new book, and I liked Metal Slinger when I first read it, when I first started it, but I was like, I just want to go back and finish Thursday Murder Club. It's like, that's when you should just stick with the book that you're reading, because it's like, I really was enjoying it, and obviously I clearly loved it. So I don't know, I just didn't feel like reading. It wasn't the book I was reading, and I was like, but also I was feeling a little slumpy because I was like, I wasn't reading that great books. I was like, I just want to find a 5-star, and I finally did. So I think I'm really gonna like this. But Emmy Rossam is actually, Roseham, whatever her name is. Rosam. Why can't I say her name? She actually thinks that there's going to be a 4th book. Because she said with the way that this ends, it cannot end with this book. And I thought that this was going to be the end to a trilogy. But now it's called a saga. So this is not even in the last book. She thinks that there's going to be 4 books. So she thinks there's going to be one after this. But I still think I'm going to like this way more than Powerless. I really loved the first 2. I don't care what anybody says. I think that these are great books. I think that they're better than Powerless. And I'm just super excited to read this. I cannot wait. So we're going to start. So excited. I don't know if I probably should put this in my romantasy vlog because it is technically a romantasy. It's just like closed door. But they have really, really good build-up of the romance and the smut in this. It's like some of the best build-up I've read besides Magnolia Park. So I'm really excited for this. I'm going to go. I'm still going to I'm still listening to Lightlark, but I watched some recaps on TikTok, so now I remember what's going on. I still remember the ending of Nightbane. I just did not remember what happened in Lightlark because I read both of them all the way back in April. So I was just going to re-listen to them. I wasn't going to physically reread them because who has time for that? So this one is also a little shorter than Lightlark. Like I said, this one's just under 400 pages. I think it's like 370 something. 379. No, 381. But I can't wait. I'm so excited. So yeah, we're just going to go read it now. So yeah, bye. Okay, so hey there guys. I just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I did work. This was literally like my one shift. Like, I don't know, but whatever. I still only want to work once a week anyway because my job sucks right now. So anyway, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the Dior powder. I just really wanted to do like kind of a wintry look today, even though it's not even winter yet. It's pretty cold here today, because I really just wanted to wear this sweater. I try to wear it like at least once per season because I love it. It's just such a cute, comfy sweater. So I just went in with 2 Nomad palettes. I literally only used a shade from this palette, and then the rest of it was from the Stargazing palette. I hadn't used it in a hot second, so I was like, I just want to use it today. So literally I just went into the Verona palette, and I just used the one shade, which is Tomb, which is this one right here. And then for the rest of my look, so I don't need this anymore, I'm just gonna put it behind here, sorry. I went into the Nomad New Zealand Stargazing palette because I don't really use this enough. Ever since I bought this palette, excuse me, I literally have just like not bought any other. By the way, like I tried to clean off my desk that one time and it just gets like so dirty again. So like I'm just like the messiest person ever in my room. Like I wish I had like a fucking cleaning crew for my room. It's just a mess. But like I try to keep up with it, and then when I do, then I just get sucked into a book, and then it's like, great, now I can't clean anything. So I went into the Cosmos in the crease, and then I darkened out the crease more with Dark Sky Nation, which is the black. And then for the lid, I went into Manganelic Clouds. And then for the inner corners, I used Aurora Australis. I could actually pronounce them this time. And I thought it was really pretty with like the inner corner pop of the pink. You can't really see it right now, but you could see it earlier. But it looks really pretty, but I don't have anything to like show you like what it looked like. But I didn't want to just stick with silver, even though originally that was my plan. I'm like, you know what, let's just do a little inner corner fun pop. You know, it's not like anybody noticed. And then I just went into the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Black. And then I went into the Essence Lash Primer. And then I used a couple of things that I got from the Sephora VIP sale. Just grab it. And where is the mascara? Where is the mascara? Where is it? So I went into the YSL one. So it's in the tube. It's in the tube. Wowzers. So for my mascara, I went into the YSL one, the Big Lash, whatever it's called. It's a really good one, though. I like it so far. I need to actually put this stuff away, though. It's, like, still in the bag. Like, I can't even be bothered. And then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on my bottom lashes. And then for my bronzer, I just went into the Giorgio Armani one again. I'm literally loving this bronzer so much. I don't know why I didn't pick it up earlier, but honestly, for this bronzer to be $60 and you get this much product compared to how much product do you get in the Gucci one? You get literally 6 more grams of product than the Gucci one, and the Gucci one is the same price as the Giorgio Armani one, just to show you a comparison. I still love the Gucci bronzers so much. I've used this bronzer to death. But look at the difference. Like, this is the same price as this. So you definitely get your money's worth getting the Giorgio Armani one over the Gucci one. The Giorgio Armani one, I would say, is a little bit less pigmented, but it's just so soft and smooth and blendable. The Gucci one is definitely more pigmented, and I still recommend this one because it's one of my all-time favorite bronzers. And I love the packaging of this one, but if you want to get more product and more bang for your buck, just go with this one because it's literally, you get your money's worth out of this. Even though it's a little expensive, it's definitely worth the price. So that's why I find with bronzers are much more worth the price than getting like a blush or a highlighter. So, and then for the blush, I went into an oldie but a goodie. This is a Laura Geller Baked Blush in the shade Catalina. That's actually my Spanish name. So it was so funny when I picked this up from Marshall's like such a long time ago. I'm like, Catalina, it's meant to be. And it's such a beautiful blush shade. And then for my highlight, I went into the Anastasia Loose Highlighter in the shade Snowflake. But I feel like you can't really see it right now. I mean, it is giving a slight dew. But I feel like the gold one was always more pigmented. I did not say my face makeup again. Why do I do that? I was like, wait, why are you already saying your cheek products when you haven't even said your face makeup yet? So I primed my face with the Tower 28 spray and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. And then for my foundation, I finally was able to use the Dior foundation. You guys, this is the Dior Forever Skin Perfect Multi-Use Foundation Stick Foundation. This is so beautiful on the skin. And like I said, Dior makes the best foundations. Out of every brand, Dior is the brand that I've tried the most foundation from, but also the most luxury brand products I've tried from Dior because I think that they are so worth the money. And like I said, this is $52. It's not insanely expensive. How much product do you get? It says 0.35 ounces. It's probably 1 fluid ounce. It's 10 grams of product. That's not bad. Let's see how much it rolls up. Oh, that's not that much product, but still, I still think it's worth it. I'm not going to use this up anytime soon, so it's definitely worth it for me. But it is beautiful on the skin. It just stays so matte, and it gets a little bit dewy up here, and it got a little bit broken up on my T-zone, but that happens with every single foundation with me. It still looks so good on the skin. Definitely better than that Urban Decay one that everybody hated. I really like it. I haven't gotten a new foundation in a hot second, and this is gorgeous on the skin. And then for my concealer, I just went into the Lawless Conceal the Deal Full Coverage Concealer again. I'm literally obsessed with this concealer. I think I'm going to use it like every single day now. It's just so beautiful in the shade Cloud. Literally love it. And then I set my under eyes with the House Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Dior powder, and then I set my face again with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel, and then for my lips, I lined with the ColourPop BFF liner, and then this lip product. You guys, this lip product, I'm literally fucking obsessed with this lipstick. This is the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow what is this called? Gloss Bomb Stick in the shade Fenty Glow. This is gorgeous. And it's even more hydrating than the Kulfi lipsticks that I was talking about. Look at the glow that this gives my lips. It's juicy. Nobody makes a glowy lip product like Fenty Beauty. I don't know what she puts in her formula, but every time, like, this is so much better than those, the other sticks that she had, like, a while back. This is perfect, you guys, and I absolutely adore the packaging. I just love everything about this. Why didn't I get this sooner? This is beautiful on the lips. It's so hydrating and so beyond comfortable. If you're looking for a hydrating lip product, I would just say don't even buy anything else. This is the one, you guys. This is like one of the best lip products I've ever tried in my life. And I've only worn it today. And literally, this is so gorgeous on the lips. I love it. I'm obsessed with this. Oh my god. So I think I've tried mostly all the lip products that I bought. I only bought 2 Kulfi lipsticks, this one. And now I just have to try the gloss, which I think I'm going to try tomorrow because I literally cannot wait to try this shade. It's so beautiful. But yeah, I didn't really buy that much, like I said. So it's just beautiful. I love it. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. Why is this sticking out? Hold on. I'm itchy. Having eczema is the worst. Like, the worst, you guys. I just get itchy all the fucking time. So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And as far as reading update goes, I'm still reading Sky Shade by Alex Astor. I'm on page 132. I wasn't able to read anything at work. So I got up to page like 50 last night because then I got really sleepy. And then I read like 80 pages today. I am loving this. I am so happy I decided to read this, but there is so much going on already. I don't care what anybody says about Light Lark. I love it. You can go like scream at a wall. I don't care. I think that this is a great YA series. But I like that it also is a little bit more adult than some YA series. Like, it's a little bit gory, but also there's some buildup of some sex scenes, but they, you know, there's no like actual smut in it, but it can get a little bit steamy is what I would say. But I'm loving it. I think it's so good. This is serving compared to Reckless and Throne of Secrets. This is by far my favorite fantasy release so far because those two were such a letdown. After loving Powerless and loving Throne of the Fallen, like Throne of the Fallen is a 6-star read for me. It's one of my favorite romantasy reads of all time. And then Powerless was a 5-star read for me. This series, actually, I gave the first 2 books a 4.5. I don't know, there was always like something missing from it for me. Maybe it's just because I didn't fall in love with the characters. I mean, I love Grimm. And I liked Isla, but I wasn't, like, completely obsessed with the characters. But now, after reading this, I think this will probably be definitely a 5-star series for me. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't know if this is going to be a 5-star, but I'm kind of getting those feelings already. At least, like, a 4.5. But I'm, like, a quarter into the book already or I think, like, a third, actually, because a third would be, yeah, like 130. Yeah, because then 380 would be exactly another 130 pages each, right? Or, yeah, I'm like a third into the book. And so far, I'm loving it. I'm giggling, screaming, kicking my feet, silently screaming to myself about things that Grimm has been saying already, and I've been taking so many pictures of quotes. I have not been giddy about a book this month so far. The best book I read, like I said, was Thursday Murder Club. Loved that book so much. I think I was feeling slumpy, like I said, because I just wasn't liking the books that I was reading lately. Just like nothing was making me excited. They were like fast reads. But then like 2 days ago was like the first day that I just didn't feel like reading physically. So that's why I listened to Thursday Murder Club a lot. And then I read a lot more of it yesterday. But this, I got through 130 pages already and I am obsessed. And this reads so quickly. And again, like literally 20 pages in, things were already happening. Like they dwelled on a little bit what happened in the end of Nightbane and then just went right into the action. And I'm like, this is what I need right now. Like, because I really just wasn't feeling like reading. And I had such a good feeling about this book. I'm like, why do I feel like this is going to be my favorite out of my three most anticipated reads this year? Because the first two, again, are so good. And since I loved Powerless and I didn't love Reckless, and then the same thing with Throne of the Fallen and Throne of Secrets, I'm like, she's kind of keeping... Also, I kind of had a feeling this would be good because I really liked Nightbane too. Like, I didn't think it suffered by, like, second book syndrome. And also, like I said, it's not as that much shorter than the first book. I just wanted to compare, like, how... I think it might be around the same length. Oh, actually... Oh, why did I think this one... This one's 407. Okay, so it's 27 pages shorter, but honestly, that doesn't make me too nervous, because it's like... It's still pretty much almost the same length as, you know, the first two. How long is the second one? I think the second one might be, like... 418 or like something like that. I mean, I was already wrong about the first one, so let's see how long the second one is. The second one is... Oh, the first one is longer. The second one is 403. Yeah, 403. So this one is actually... They just keep on getting shorter. Okay. Actually, that doesn't really bother me. Sometimes I prefer that rather than like the books that keep on getting longer and longer and longer. I'm like, okay. I just really like this series because it's so easy to understand. It's so easily consumable. This one, yeah. Actually, it's still... Where is the page numbers, dude? Wait, this is, I think... a preview of Nightbane around this part. Maybe it is only... It's 409. Oh. So it's Nightbane and Lightlark are pretty much the same length. Right? 395, 399. This is 405. No, 403. So, Sky Shade is actually the shortest one. But not by much. Like, these are still 400 pages. This is 380. So, like, again, it doesn't really make me that nervous. Because, again, so much is happening already. And I think I just needed a book where I didn't have to read, like, 100 pages of setup and world building. I'm like, that's, like, sometimes the difficulty about getting into a new romantasy series or a new fantasy series is that you just want to get to the romance and the action already, and this is what I needed right now. I'm like, I don't want to read like a million pages of setup. So, I'm loving it. It's so good. I cannot wait to binge it tomorrow. I think that's all I'm going to do tomorrow is binge this book, and I literally cannot wait. So, yeah, that's it. Bye. So, hey there, guys. Just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. Why is everything bothering the shit out of me? So I just did a simple look again because I didn't really have plans today. Mostly my plans today was just to binge the rest of this book that I'm going to tell you guys about. I literally just told my boyfriend, like, can we hang out Saturday rather than today because I just want to finish this book today. Because, like, I have not felt like that about a book, like, all month, that this book is just moving so fast for me. Then I'm so excited to be able to binge it because I've already read 100 pages of it today. So now I just have 100 pages left. And it's felt like nothing because I've only read 50 pages in both sittings. And it like literally flies by. Like, I feel like I'm only going to read 10 pages and then I have read 50 pages and then it's like, wow, you know? So I got like this super comfy, like, thermal suit yesterday at Lucky, and literally this is like the warmest thing I've ever worn in my life, and I might start living in this like every day. But this is like literally the most comfortable, warm thing I've ever worn. I love it so much. It's just so cozy. I absolutely love the Lucky brand ones. They're just amazing. So I just primed with my Tower 28 spray and the Say Star Glow Super Gel Primer. Sorry, my face is a little dry. I'm just gonna wet it again. And then I just went into the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint in the shade Light 1 because I really just wanted to use it today. I really wanted to use a tinted moisturizer the last time I saw Josh, but I just didn't have time to put it on. The F is the concealer. I know it's in the bag. It's literally right here. And then for my concealer, like I said, I'm just going to be using this like every day. Why I say concealer like I'm having a stroke. Like, I went in with the Lawless Conceal the Deal concealer in the shade Cloud. So that's what I used as my concealer, duh. And then I just set my under eyes with the House Labs powder. And then I set my face with the Rare Beauty powder. And then I just went into the ColourPop Lengthening Mascara. Why is this like so not working for me? Okay, that's better. And then for my face, I just went into the Bougie Giorgio Armani bronzer again, but I just love this bronzer. Like, I can't get enough of it. So I just went into the shade 90 again, the Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. I think it's beautiful on the skin. And then for my blush, where is it? I went into the Say one again because I just wanted to use it again. So this is the Say Dew Blush in the shade Cutie. So I just went in with that guy. And then for the highlight, I just went into one of my House Labs one. I absolutely love this one. Like, look at this. Isn't that so pretty? So I just went into the Heat Spell Duo, and then I went into the shade Sun. You can't even get these anymore, but I've raved about these in the past. I absolutely loved these duos from the original House Labs line. And then I just set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. And then for my lips, I just went into the Say Lip Oil that I got. And this is so pretty on its own. So this is the Say Glossy Bounce Lip Oil in the shade Dip. And it's just like super nice on the lips. I don't know why I'm putting more on when I'm literally just going to wipe it off. But it just looks so nice, you know? I really, really like it. I also filmed a video today. I filmed my books I want to read before the end of the year, which is a 10 before the end video, which most people do film on BookTube if you're part of BookTube. And basically it's like the 10 books that they want to read before, or the 10 books that I want to read before the end of the year is over, again, if I could speak. So I have quite a hefty list. And there have been some books in there that are like trilogies that I've been putting off for a while now. But anyway, that's everything as far as my makeup goes. And as far as the reading update goes, I'm still reading Sky Shade by Alex Astor, but I am going to finish this today. I'm on page 276. So I just got up to that like right now. So I only have like 105 pages left or something like that. And it sounds like a lot, but I didn't read as much as I would have liked to yesterday because I ended up talking to my boyfriend. But I still read 120 pages yesterday. I meant to read like 150 pages to get up to page 200 yesterday and not today. But I got up to page like 172 yesterday, which is still pretty good. I still, like I said, read 120 pages yesterday, but now I've already read 100. And now, again, I'm just going to binge it tonight. I don't know if we're watching anything later. Like, my family is here, so I don't know. My brother's always just so fucking annoying about watching shows together. It's just so ridiculous. But I am having, like I said, the best time with this. It's just so fast-paced and so easy to read that I'm very excited to say that I'm actually happy with a new release that has come out. Because I really... like, the other new releases that I read weren't, like, ones I was, like, highly anticipating as much as, like, my romantasy reads and, you know, Reckless. And like I said, Reckless and Throne of Secrets were such letdowns that I was just kind of losing hope. But I have to say that this is definitely a hit for me. I've been enjoying it so much. And just because it's like there are some eye-rolling moments, but overall the story has just, there's just so much action and things happening. There's like really no lulls in the story. It's just like all of a sudden, like they're thrown into a battle and you're like, wait, what happened? Like I had to go back a little bit and I'm like, they're fighting again. But that's what I love about some books. It's just like, whoa, like it happens in like 2 pages and then all of a sudden they're like recovering from the battle. But I kind of like books like where they just throw like little battles in because they don't feel like rushed as to like one book where it's like building up to like an epic war and then it's literally like 5 pages long and then you're like, what the fuck? Like you wanted it to be at least like 2 full chapters and you get like 5 pages and you're like, this is what the buildup was. Like this is a little different because there's like constant battles happening throughout the whole book. And she just paces them so well. Like I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Like, so again, I had to go back and see like how the battle happened because I'm like, oh, I thought we were reading about this and then we switched already. But it keeps me on my toes. So like that's why I've really just been enjoying it. So yeah, I'm super excited to finish this. And like I said, all I want to do is finish it. So then I will be completely caught up with the Light Lark series at least. And that'll be another book series that I have read this year. So that's great. Just because I've been putting off other ones doesn't mean I haven't been keeping up with other ones. So, and then next week, like I said, I'm going to be reading Songbird in the Heart of Stone, which is the 3rd book in the Crown of Nexia series. So I'm very excited for that as well. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. I have to adjust like everything for some reason because everything is annoying as hell. I did wash my hair last night, so my hair actually looks clean. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to see my boyfriend. He's actually coming here. I just have to meet him at the mall and then we're going to go, to this pizza place that I really like. And then we're also probably going to swing by the library that's near there because it's actually a really, really nice library. And I might even like this one even more than the one that we went to in the village. And I do have a library card with this library. But I don't know if I'm going to check anything out, but it's just going to be fun to go with him, and I actually really like this library a lot, so. And then we'll probably just go to Target and possibly Whole Foods, because he said he needed to go to Whole Foods. But I just might go to Target after he wants to go to Whole Foods with me, because I do need to get face wash, because I actually am completely out of it. I don't know why I didn't get it a couple of days ago, but I always say this every time I go to Target. I'm always like, I'm not going to forget anything. And then every time I forget, like, the most important thing. Like, the last time I went there, I just picked up 3 books. So anyway, I primed my eyes with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer, and then I used the Clarins Lip Oil, and then I set my eyes with the Rare Beauty Powder. And then for my eyeshadow palette, I went into my ColourPop Not a Box of Chocolates palette, and I just wanted to use this today. I'm just, like, not really caring about what eyeshadow palettes I use lately. I just want to use ones that I know I really love. So I just went into Praline in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Tiramisu. And then I used, I can barely even read that one anymore. I think it's 90% cacao. This, like, really dark chocolatey one. And then for the lid, I just used my favorite shade in the palette, which is Honeycomb Crunch. And then for the inner corners, I just use Champagne Truffle. So I do this look quite a lot, but it's one of my favorites. And this is still one of my all-time favorite palettes from ColourPop. I just wish it had like a good brow bone highlight. Like this one and the Golden Sun are probably like my all-time favorite palettes from them. I just love the 16 pan palettes. You know the palette I should have used today was the Lust for Dusk. I haven't used that one in a hot second. I'm going to use that one the next time I see him. That would be a good idea. And then I used the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Brown. And then I just went into the Essence Lash Primer. And then for my mascara, I went into the YSL Lash, I think it's called the Lash Clash mascara. I went into that again, of course. And then I went into the Maybelline Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. Wow, I totally missed the bag, putting that back in the bag. I still haven't emptied it out because I'm such a lazy fuck. And then I primed my face with the do it with the Tower 28 spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. And then for my foundation, I went back into, why am I holding that upside down? I went back into the Dior Stick Foundation because this is only the second time I've worn it, so I really wanted to wear it again. And this is the Dior Forever Skin Perfect Face Stick in the shade 0N. I absolutely love this foundation. I think it's so beautiful on the skin. So yeah, it just looks so skin-like. I really love it. And then for my concealer, no surprise there, but I don't even know where it is. I just went into the Lawless one again. You guys have seen me use it like every day at this point, so I don't need to show you guys again. I used the Conceal the Deal Lawless Concealer in the shade Cloud. I absolutely love it. I've been using it every day pretty much. And I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Rare Beauty powder. And then for my bronzer, I of course went back into the Giorgio Armani bronzer. I just literally can't get enough of this. So I've just been using the Lawless concealer and the Giorgio Armani bronzer like literally every day since I've gotten them, or every day that I wear makeup. And I'm just absolutely obsessed with both of them. So this is the shade 90. They're both so incredibly beautiful. And then for my blush, I actually went into my little Giorgio Armani blush. I'm like, maybe I should use this because I haven't used it in quite a hot second. So this one's the shade Luminous Silk Glow Blush in the shade 30. I believe it's Apricot. But this is a really, I think it's Apricot, or maybe that's the Gucci one. I might be mixing them up. But I always think that this blush is going to be like so orange on the skin. But when I put it on, it's always like very like blended out. And it just, you know, it's very subtle on the skin. So it works for this look. So I just used that because I really wanted to use it. And then for my highlight, I just went into one of my older Dior highlighters. Why the heck is my computer bothering me right now? So this one is the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer in the shade 01 Nude Glow. I'm like, why not? I don't get to wear my bougie stuff sometimes as much as I would like to. And again, since I'm going out and we're going to spend at least like probably, you know, from 3 to 6 o'clock out maybe. I'm not really sure. Or he might want to go home at like 5:30, so that's only going to be like 2.5 hours, but I don't know. It probably will be like 3 hours, so. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. I actually went in the order that I did my makeup. I didn't forget anything this time, because I've been doing that a lot lately. I'll just say my bronzer, blush, and highlight, and forget to say my base, so I actually did go through everything today. And then for my lips, I just went into the ColourPop BFF liner again and the Fenty Beauty glow stick again in the shade Fenty Glow. I'm absolutely obsessed with this lippy, so I really wanted to use it again because I only used it that one day. So I was like, why not use it again? So that's everything as far as my makeup goes. If I could speak, my makeup goes. And then as far as a reading update goes, I did finish Sky Shade by Alex Astor last night. I just binged it before I washed my hair, and then I didn't get a chance to read anything else yesterday, but I read like 200 pages of that book yesterday, so I was like, I really don't feel like reading anymore. And I loved it. I thought it was just such a great time, and it was just such a fast-paced, fun, adventurous read. That I literally just ate it up. I just wanted to binge it yesterday, and I hadn't felt like that in reading a book in basically the whole month. I'm like, basically like the books that I was picking up, I just wasn't really vibing with, and I just felt like I said it was kind of a chore for me to read, and I'm like, I don't want it to feel like that. I just want to read books that really bring me joy right now, especially with the current election situation. So I loved it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I gave it the same rating as the first two. There's just like something about the books that aren't quite 5-star for me. Like, I'm not absolutely obsessed with the characters, but I really, really enjoy the series. I think it's fun. I think it's, you know, some trash that you can't look away from, like the same thing as like Zodiac Academy. It's just a fun time. And for people who don't like Zodiac Academy and people that don't like Light Lark, just let people like what they like I've said. Is it affecting you in any way? Not really. Like, and you're entitled to your opinion of not liking it, but also people who like it, you shouldn't be condemning them for liking it. And also vice versa, if you don't like something that everybody else loves, you shouldn't hate on someone for not liking it. Like Reckless by Lauren Roberts, like there was so much hate to people that really were underwhelmed by it, including myself. And it's like, at least I didn't get any hate about it. People actually commented on my review and they said like this makes them nervous to read it now, but I never got any hate about it. But like it's just like we can't love everything, and it's always that's like the problem with this country, but also the problem in general about like freedom of liking what you like and what you don't like. That's the beauty of living in America, is that we can have our own opinions. And unless they're like hurting someone or they're inciting violence, like obviously that's wrong. But you're really going to get mad at someone for their opinion about a book. I mean, sometimes people can go a little bit too far disliking a book. They're like, I wish I could burn this book and stuff like that. Like, that's a little bit crazy. But, like, if you dislike it, then you dislike it. Who cares? He's not even leaving until, like, 10 minutes. So anyway, I actually started getting hungry, so I'm actually ready to eat. So anyway, it was great. I really enjoyed it. So now I finally jumped into my first TJ Klune book, and that is Under the Whispering Door. This has been on my TBR for months at this point, and I'm like, I really just want to read it. It was on my TBR for October, and I did pick this as my friend pick. Well, my friend actually picked this for me back in October, so I just didn't end up having time to get to it in October, so I'm super excited to read it in November. I'm already 55 pages in. I just read like 30 pages of it physically, and then I listened to a little bit of it, but then I realized I only listened to like 14 pages. Because I just went from 31 to 54. No, that's like 24 pages. Okay, that's not terrible. So I just wanted to get through at least the first 50 pages before I saw him. I might read a little bit more because, like I said, he's not even going to leave until like 2:50. So, and it's going to take him like a good 20 minutes to get to me. Like, I'm only 5 minutes away, so it doesn't really bother me. But so far, I am loving this. This is so good so far. It's hysterical. There's definitely some dark humor in this because it's about somebody who died, and it's kind of like it's very similar to A Christmas Carol. I would say this is very similar to the story of The Christmas Carol, but I'm eating it up. I think it's still unique in its own way, but like Wallace like reminds me just of like a Scrooge character that just didn't appreciate anyone in his life. And then they're the kind of people that think that they're gonna cry at their funeral, and he's like watching people at his funeral, and he's like, oh, of course somebody's gonna come up and say nice things about me or cry over me, and literally nobody does. So he's like, why don't people appreciate me and the businessman that I was? It's like, nobody cares about that. Like, they care about how good of a person you were. So he's just like getting frustrated constantly that people like don't appreciate what he did. So it's so good so far because there's just so many funny things that like the Reaper that has to take care of him to like cross him over. She is hysterical. Like, when she introduced herself to him after he dies, and she's like, yeah, I'm the only one that can see you. I'm your Reaper. And then she goes like, I'm your Reaper. And then it says with the jazz hands. And I was cracking up like, I'm your Reaper. It's really funny. So far I'm eating it up. I knew I was going to love his writing because everyone does. I was like, maybe he's too overhyped. But then I'm like, I knew I was going to fall in love because I love, I love Matt Haig, so how can I not love TJ Klune? Because they always have, like, some type of fantasy element to their books, and they're always like so different than like most fantasy kind of books. Like that's why I love both of them so much. So I'm loving it so far. So I'm super excited to continue reading it. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Hey there, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys about my makeup look for today. It is pretty late right now, so I'm going to try and make a super fast um, clip. So I just wanted to say before I go into my makeup look, because I did go out with my two girlfriends tonight and we went book shopping, of course. I got a couple of books, but I didn't go crazy. I just got like a new release um, that I think I'm going to read hopefully later this month, so I'm completely caught up with the series because it is like a continuation of a series, but we will see. And I also finished a book yesterday. So I did finish Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I gave it 6 stars. I absolutely freaking adored this book. I feel like everybody should read this book if you've went through grief. It kind of is similar to reading like Night Road by Kristen Hanna, where it deals with like Kristen Hanna's book like deals with all different kinds of grief of like losing a person, but like with this book it just deals with like if there's an afterlife and all of that, and it was just so beautifully written. I absolutely loved it, and now like I'm so ready to read like his entire backlist because I just adored this book. It was just so beautifully written, so I just absolutely loved it. You just need to read it in order to experience like his writing. I really can't describe how it made me feel. It's just like I laughed, I cried. It was actually hysterical. A lot of it was really, really funny. But also a lot of it was such wholesome, beautiful moments that like somehow he made you feel comfortable talking about death. And like that's a very hard talent to have as an author, is you convey it in like a way that's like just so beautiful. So I absolutely loved it. So anyway, I primed my eyes with the Anastasia eye primer, and then I used the Clarins lip oil, and then I set my eyes with the why am I so out of breath right now? With the oh Jesus, with the Rare Beauty powder. And then I went in with my two Odin's Eye palettes today. I decided to use a combo of the Angelica Nyquist palettes. So I went in with, I think, 3 shades from this. I did use 2 of the matte shades in my crease. Oh my god, can I not get eyeshadow on my freaking hands right now? I went into Moss in the crease. And then I went into Soot on the outer corners, and then I went into Fluorescence on the inner corners in this palette. I did also go into a tiny bit of Rebirth on the brow bone, but then I was like, why aren't I just using the brow bone highlight from the Trick or Treat palette, because this one is definitely a lot lighter for my fair-ass skin. So for this palette, I went into Cauldron to define the crease, and then for the lid shade, I used Crypt Keeper, and then I used this one on my brow bone. So I used like 3 shades from each palette, and it was just really, really pretty. And I'm actually going to use another Odin's Eye palette tomorrow for work. I actually ended up picking up a shift, but I actually have to get up like really early, so I really wanted to finish the book that I'm reading right now, but I kind of stayed out longer than I thought tonight. I stayed out until like 10 o'clock, and then I didn't get home until like 10:30. It says I only have 2 hours left in the book that I'm reading, but I'm not going to be able to finish it tonight because I'm going to have to go to bed by like before 3. So I'm just going to read for an hour. I don't know. Maybe it'll keep me up and I'll just have to finish it. I'm probably not even going to sleep anyway, so like what's the difference, to be honest? And then I went in with the Makeup by Mario liner in the shade Black, and then I went into the Essence Lash Primer, and then I went into the YSL Lash Clash Mascara again, and then I went into the Maybelline Lash Scrubber on the bottom lashes, and then I primed my face with the Tower 28 Spray and the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, and then for my face, I just went into the Dior Stick Foundation with the Lawless Concealer. I'm probably just going to use the same exact thing tomorrow because I want to use this foundation more. I've been enjoying this foundation so much. This is Dior Forever Skin Perfect Foundation in the shade 0N, and then the Lawless Concealer in the shade Cloud. I've been using this like every single day. I love it. And then I set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath Labs powder, and then I set my face with the Dior powder. Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I just need to keep this here because, like, I just legit keep on dying. And I told you guys that I finished the book before I went into my makeup because I didn't wear makeup yesterday. I just stayed home yesterday and finished the book and cleaned. So, and then for my bronzer, of course, I went into the same bronzer I've been using like every day, which is the Giorgio Armani bronzer in the shade 90. I absolutely adore this bronzer. Probably going to use it again tomorrow. And then for my blush, I went into the Benefit Butterfly blush. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. The Benefit Box Blush in the shade Butterfly. Benefit Box Blush in the shade Butterfly. Like, how many B's are in that sentence? I don't know. 4. And then for my highlight, I went into the Give Me Glow Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Halo, which is one of my all-time favorites. And then I set my face with the Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then I set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. And then for my lips, I went into, if I could open my freaking backpack, I went into my BFF liner by ColourPop again. Where the heck is my lipstick? Oh my god, Jesus motherfucking Christ. It's literally right here.